What up, world? Back again. It is the tag team of two, Country Rap Report. Yours truly, Vic XL.
What up, it's your dude, Spank.
And y'all know what you're watching. You know what we do, man. We give you our opinion, our views, our expertise on some of the hottest country rap and some of the worst country rap videos in the world. Some of the videos we review here or some of the artists we interview here and we talk about here, you might not consider country rap artists. We feel like there are people that will benefit from the genre, people that might not know how to target their music to the right people, or people that we feel like you, the genre, will appreciate or embrace. And a lot of these artists that we have talked about here are actually country rap artists. And a lot of people say, I didn't even know about them. Matter of fact, today in the chat, someone said they didn't even know about Brian X.
I don't know how that's possible, but yeah, that is true.
It shocked me. It shocked me for them to say that. But hey, they're being honest about it, and we're turning people on to artists that need to be heard.
And turning other artists onto other artists, especially when you jump in the chat.
A lot of collabs are coming.
Yes.
A lot of collabs are coming. Also, we decided in 2022 to expand our reach by giving you guys something different. We started something called AMA, Ask Me Anything. That's for anyone who has any questions pertaining to the music business. It don't even have to be country rap. You might be someone who watched the show, caught the show, and say, I got a question I want to ask. All you got to do is submit your question, and we will answer it, period, yes. Point blank. And we will let you remain anonymous because we know how artists are. You never want your fans, friends, or family to know that you don't know everything.
Right.
All right. Also, last year we gave you guys some interviews when we first started the journey. Then we slacked off the interviews. Well, 2022, we've been hitting y'all in the head with exclusive interviews with some of your favorite artists, and we're going to continue to do that. Okay?
We didn't slack off. I wouldn't say we slacked off.
Yes, we did.
Okay, maybe we just.
I ain't gonna say we slacked off. Well, you know what? We started with a bunch of interviews, then we went a long time without interviews, then we ended with some good interviews, like Gator. Not saying the ones that we done at first weren't good interviews.
Right.
I don't want them to watch and be offended. But let me say this. Oh, I always stick my foot in my mouth. It's funny, some of the people we interview at the beginning of the journey truly hadn't rocked with us.
Really?
Like, I'm just saying, we hadn't heard from them. They haven't jumped in the chat.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They haven't put out any new music. Think about our first 3 interviews.
Well, this is the genre's kind of weird though. Like this is about the learning curve and us trying to teach. They don't know how to release music. They're just go in the studio and record 10 songs and now they're done. Album's out, album's ready, and then that's it. And then they really don't know what's next or how to do all that. We really need to put all of that in an AMA about how you need to construct an album and what you do to do this promotions and advertising after that.
Yesterday, and this has been on my mind. I've been watching yesterday's interview. Before yesterday's interview, I was feeling, man, forget that album. Forget that album. Push your singles.
Well, over here, yes. Over here, that's definitely relevant.
I feel like they're everywhere now, but definitely over here.
You can't push that over there with the majors because there's more money that they can make off of you with singles than they can with. The other way. There's more money they make off you with albums than with
singles. You gotta recoup.
Yeah. You'll be recouping forever if you're trying to do a single up single.
But as an independent artist over here, if you can build a fan base, single, a single a month.
This is true.
If you could do a single, or if you could do a single every 60 days, a single in video every 60 days, I think you can get a dub over here. I think you can get a win over here. A single and video, there's 6 singles, 6 videos a year. Now, I'm definitely now feel like in the country rap genre, every song needs a video, and I hate to say it unless you're Ryan Upchurch or Adam Calhoun or Jelly Roll.
That's a stretch, bro. I can't say every song. Whatever you are putting out does need visual representation. Yes. And if you're saying that all of them, they only need to be focusing on singles, then yes, I agree with you 1000%. But if you're putting out an album, you don't need to make a visual album yet. We're not there. This genre is not ready for that.
Let me tell you, this is me. if I was a country rap artist, I would do at the beginning of January. I say I'm gonna do 5 songs. I'm gonna do 6 songs this year, right? And if I'm lucky, I drop one in January, and I promote. Hopefully, January song and video January. Then I'm gonna drop again in March. I'm gonna drop again in May. So when I record my song, my visual is gonna be coming right soon because I want to drop them simultaneously. I really want to drop them at the same time.
As you should. Yes.
Now, that last month, say I've dropped my 6, my 5. December, I might give you an album. And the album will have my 6th single on it. Maybe. Or I might just give you my 6th single. I don't know. I would definitely that last month decide, do I want to do an album that has those 5 songs on it and the new song on I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to do a whole project.
Well, if you're going to do it that way, then you can probably put more than 1 song on there. Maybe 2 or 3, like we talked about in the last interview. And the other songs will be a bonus for the album. But I would be pissed off if I bought an album and all you gave me was 1 new song when I bought all the other singles. I did not pay $9.99 or $8.99 for 1 song.
It's not for you.
Who is it for?
It's for the people who didn't get the others. I don't know, but you know, you oppose a very, very good point there. You do oppose a very good point. I would be mad too if I just bought your album and I realized that it's the 5 songs I previously bought plus 1.
Right. Unless those, and this is a discussion I had with Zach Fade plenty of times, unless those songs on the album are album versions and they're not the same versions as the single versions. They could be extended versions. You can have a little remix or 2 in there. Like there's things you can do to play with it so the people that are buying the album don't feel jaded, because I would be pissed. That sound that you're hearing is hell.
I don't even hear anything.
So if it gets too loud, or if I go out, and I'll explain that in a minute. But go ahead, keep on.
All right, look, you know what? Let's stop it right there. Let's stop the conversation right there, and let's bring in our guest.
All right.
Because I'm having a little weather here too.
Okay.
So hopefully our guest is not having any weather issues.
I hope not.
So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, continue on what I was saying. We give y'all dope interviews with some of the hottest and dopest artists, and we ask them things that maybe you never thought about asking. We get in depth. We go from the rooter to the tutor, from the beginning to the end of their career, or beginning to current, not end. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got a special guest today. We have a special guest on this episode. As always, it's definitely our pleasure to have our guest on. As we get him to get on, we're going to have to, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Country Rap Report, AT, Mr. Austin Tolliver. What was that?
He catching up. He got that's that phone in there right there.
What about?
Oh, this is that Metro PCS. Leave me alone, dog.
Austin, can we get you to do us one favor? Can we get you to turn it from vertical to horizontal? Boom.
Yeah. Oh, you go. There you go.
There it is. There it is.
Hey.
All right, so Mr. I knew.
Oh, Lord.
You got to jump on somebody else's Wi-Fi.
This is we driving down the road Wi-Fi.
How you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm doing great. How are y'all?
We're good, man.
I feel like I'm in a Chinese movie already.
Is it really this bad on my side?
Yeah, it's like audio and then. Yeah.
Hold on, boys.
This is how is this
to the hot spot.
Is this how the my audio was when I was on my phone downstairs? Oh
no! When we first started, you were shooting in the van.
Right.
Actually, that was dope though. Like I was like, yeah, he really ain't feeling. He ain't that serious about this. That's what I just think.
We almost there.
Okay, we're gonna wait for you, AG.
Where are you? Where are you driving? Where are you now?
we're headed to Columbia, South Carolina for a show.
Okay, dope.
Y'all have a show tomorrow.
Yes, sir, we do.
You and Lenny Cooper.
Yeah, and Philip Good's going to be on the card too.
All right. We're gonna let you get situated.
Oh, there we go. Found it. Now I don't feel dumb anymore. Hold on. Y'all don't be saying too many cuss words while I'm trying to connect to this thing back here.
Okay.
This is a family program.
Okay.
I'm talking about y'all.
Oh, this isn't a family program. This is an adult-oriented.
Okay, hold on now. We may be on to something. Oh, yeah, I think we're
That's
okay.
a lot better. That's a lot better right there.
Jesus.
Do not have a wreck.
No, he ain't driving.
Okay, we're back. We're good. No, my wife's driving. I'm absolutely terrified.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, definitely be safe. We're going to start by saying be safe.
Yes. And tell the wife, my wife said hi because she's a fan of your wife. Did we lost him?
We lost.
He's stuck. Maybe he can still hear us. Or he catching up. I don't know.
Shoot him a text. Please.
We're staring at his face.
Please. This is going to go on the reel.
You think so?
The year-end blooper reel.
Maybe he need to drop him. Can you drop him and then let him come back? Because then you can grab the proper way to get in. This is funny already. Boy, it got dark as hell out here.
He dropped himself. Hey, man.
Now they're going to have a field day with this one.
No, man, we can't do that to her. We can't do that to her or us, man. Shoot him, man. Tell him, let's shoot when he's stationary, bro.
We're going to finish it. Let's see if he can go on and get it over with. Look, there he is right there.
But
He finna park.
Is Heather in the room?
Heather is downstairs. I can get her though.
You got this.
I'm here. Hey, is this working? Is this working now?
Yes, it is working now. That's
hey,
a lot better.
babe, at the next exit, pull over. We ain't doing this no more. No, ma'am. Okay, what's up, fellas?
What up? What's up, man?
All right, man.
Oh, man.
We finna go from the beginning of AT's career to the now of AT's career.
Let's do it.
All right. So look, the first thing we cannot start these interviews off by allowing every artist who comes on this platform. First of all, welcome to the platform.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me, boys.
And also thank you for giving a excellent intro to the award show. I mean, I was so entertained by the intro. Like your energy level on that made my energy level like, oh shit, Austin really brung it.
Man, look, that award show's damn important. It's like the Grammys. You know, I got to go in there and give it everything I got.
Right.
And you made me feel like it was important to you, and that made me like, damn, he put this energy into it. Hey man, definitely we're gonna probably be hitting you next year. Can we get another intro?
Anytime y'all need it, y'all know y'all gonna get it from me.
Because I don't know if anybody else can bring the energy like that.
I don't know. Yeah, he's
awesome.
Definitely a performer for sure.
All right, so again, we're humble to have you here. Welcome to the show. The first question is, and always, where is Austin Tolliver from?
Wait. Let me get the first question.
Okay.
Is Austin Tolliver your real name or is that your stage name?
No, that's my birth name.
Okay.
That's my government name, man. Everybody knows me now. The government got me on that one.
All right, where's Austin Tolliver from?
Man, I'm originally from Louisiana, I guess, if you want to say where I spent the most time in, I guess, my growing up years or whatever. My dad had us traveling a lot as a child when I was a child, and we kind of just found Louisiana to be home, lived there for a while, and then after college, you know, I was
I got after college. That was it.
We got after college.
Can you hear?
Yeah. After college.
After college, we made Tennessee home. After that.
Okay.
In school, like, were you athletic? What was the household like for you?
Yeah, that was probably the only thing that I ever did was athletics. Growing up, I grew up with a lot of people saying I had some shoes to fill. And so with my dad being a former quarterback, playing, as long as he did in the NFL, it was athlete, college scholarship, and NFL or pro football or bust for me at the time. And so, yeah, I was a two-sport All-American in high school. I was a All-Pro in Arena League, and then my wife told me to get a real job, so I started singing songs.
Oh, pro! What the hell?
Hold on. See, Austin,
I done missed way too much.
Yeah, hold on, Austin. Did you say your dad played in the NFL?
Did you say that you were in the league?
I played arena ball for a while. And then my dad had 13 years in the NFL. A lot of those years down there in Atlanta in y'all's neck of the woods.
Bruh, I did not know that.
I know you heard the name Billy Joe Tolliver. Used to play quarterback back in the day out there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my daddy.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
So what was it like? What was sports like for you, and when did you wait,
hold on. Y'all ain't playing with me? Y'all ain't playing with me? Y'all really didn't know that? I'm
dead ass serious. I did not know that. No, I did not.
Oh,
no.
Damn, they actually like me for me. Oh, man, that's so special.
We like your music, bro. It has nothing to do with it.
Shit.
It's all about the music with us, for sure.
No, I'm kidding, man. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it was my pop's a cool dude, but now he's just a fat redheaded dude that plays golf all the time.
So what was it like growing up with a former NFL player as a dad? Like, what was those expectations like for you as a child?
My expectations were extremely high on my side because a lot of people put it on me. Actually, go to the Verizon, please. A lot of people put it on me that I had to become the guy that they wanted me or expected me to be athletically because of what my dad had already accomplished athletically. And as a child, it was a lot of pressure to be successful at a young age, even though I didn't play the same position that my dad played.
Right.
What position did you play?
I was wide receiver.
Okay. What high school did you excel in?
I went to Captain Shreve High School in Shreveport, Louisiana. It was a 5A school there, and we took a team. Me and my graduating class, we took a program that hadn't made the playoffs since I think 1993 and won back-to-back district championships. Went deep in the playoffs a couple years. It was a good time.
Okay, all right, no doubt. So when did you? All right, so let me not skip arena football, because arena football, I really always enjoyed arena football, but it's kind of being talked about again ever since the Kurt Warner movie. It kind of let a lot of people who missed the whole arena football era. What was playing arena football like for you? Because it was a different game, faster. Y'all knocking the hell out of each other over the walls. What was it like for you?
Man, the game, in my opinion, wasn't any faster than what it is in college or anything like that. I mean, at the end of the day, the guys that are playing in the league are the same guys you played against anyway. Speed's always going to be there. The field, yes, is more condensed, so you have to learn how to adapt to your environment in the arena league. But, I mean, it's a tough league for these guys to be in. Yeah, that's when I had a mullet. But it's a tough thing for guys to adapt to sometimes, because that league, there's not much loyalty among the team you play for and the individual player. So you'll see a lot of guys that came down from training camp from the NFL that'll be in your training camp for Arena League, and then next thing you know, they should be starting immediately, right? Because they NFL training camp, you know they're going to get called back up. You know they're a player, and then 5 minutes later, they're getting traded for $10,000 in a box of footballs. In my opinion, the Arena League is a financial model that cannot succeed.
You think so?
I do, because you're not paying players a livable wage, right? Mm-hmm. But you're also, as a player, what really is your worth at that point in time if you're basically a minor league player trying to get into the big leagues, right? So right. How can you justify your worth? Well, the only way you can justify your worth is how many tickets are you selling? Well, if you're a member of a team and you're not, coming down with a name like Kurt Warner, right? How can you justify what tickets you're selling as a wide receiver out in the middle of nowhere, Nebraska? Because maybe my quarterback is selling those tickets. I don't know. So I'm saying, like, the financial model of those leagues, it's so hard to be successful in.
All right. Now, with all that being said, with you playing high school, you playing collegiate, you playing in the Arena League, are you still a sports fan?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I watch it every NFL Sunday. I'm glued to the TV.
Who's your team?
I love the Saints. I absolutely love the Saints. And I was a Detroit Lions fan for a long time.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, no, it was, come on. But we ain't even going to get into that. But right now, I'm really loving what Dallas is doing.
Yeah. Cowboys got a good squad.
You will get coverage forever. We will talk good about you forever.
At the end of the day, though, the Cowboys are making a lot of moves that will shock some, but are still staying within their cap to allow Dak to have players around him to be successful. And it saves money for CD Lamb down the road, too. So I like what they're building.
It didn't bother you, Dallas, getting rid of Amari?
No, I think it's an absolute brilliant move. Even though he's a ball player, nowadays, if you have speed and you can get opened, you're a commodity in the NFL, no matter if your name's Amari Cooper or if your name's Wes Welker. Right. If you can run and get open and catch the football and move the sticks, you're worth money. And anybody now can do that. These kids, there's kids out there in high schools in middle of nowhere, Florida, running 4.1 that can get open and catch a ball. But you're saying that because Amari Cooper proved it in the league, he only was healthy 2 of his whatever years. He proves it for that long, and then now he's worth $100 million. Hell no, dog. There's plenty of people that can do that. But Amari Cooper helped drive the market to where players that are from those small towns are able to dream about making $100 million. So I don't discredit Amari making that money. I just discredit the ability to sit back and think that he's one of a kind. He's not Jerry Rice and he's not T.O. So he's not Randy Moss. I can't really put him in a category.
Right. Did you have speed or were you more of a good route runner?
I could get open. I was fast. I was like a 4.4 guy, but my football IQ is what helped me be successful in football. I knew how to get open, find holes, gain separation, stuff like that.
What do you run now?
Well, probably 4.5 if I had to guess.
What? You can still run. You can run a 4.5 now.
What I run down in New Orleans when I raced the second time prior, around a 4.5, 4.6 that day, huh? Yeah, about 4.5, 4.6.
Okay, so you're still in shape.
Oh, I mean, come on, I gotta stay sexy.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I
gotta stay sexy, man. I mean, come on. What y'all getting into though?
Hey, man, look, I ain't gonna let you change the subject. We're gonna stay on this career of yours, and we're gonna stay on why we consider you the country rap Nelly.
Yes,
I appreciate it, fellas. Let's do it.
And why we feel like, well, I know some of the things I want to say because you have your wife with you. And
she don't give a shit. You're in my ear. She can't hear you anyway.
Okay.
I promise you, she will sell me for $10,000 in a box of footballs.
All right, so after arena football, at what point in time, first of all, when did you fall in love with music, and when did you realize that you had the talent to pursue it?
The talents.
The talents to pursue it as a professional career.
Well, you're not going to like this answer, but it's definitely an AT answer. I started doing music off a bet.
Okay.
My buddy calls me up one day and he's like, "Man, I bet you money that you won't come to the studio and do a song and beat my numbers." It was like number for number type thing or whatever. And I was like, "Bro, I bet you I come in there and I get a record deal before your ass. Don't fire me up. You know, if I get fired up, I'm gonna win." And he was like, "You ain't gonna do it." I went in there and cut a song. The day I went in there and cut that first song, I fell in love with the whole process. I fell in love with it all. But I like to tell people that I'm an entertainer, not just a singer, because I can sing with, very well, but there is singers like Adele and, all types of people out there that can belt songs. You know what I'm saying? So like me being classified as a pure singer would do a disjustice to like the music community, but the entertainment aspect of it and the creation aspect of it is what allowed me to kind of like immediately fall in love with it.
So did you win the bet?
Hell yeah, I won a bet. Come on.
So where is he at now? Y'all still friends?
No, my boy, no, he don't even call me no more, actually.
Well, we owe him a gratitude. Thank you.
Come to think about it, I ain't talked to him in a while.
He's probably mad at you.
Do you think he was hating?
Oh, there ain't no doubt. There's always a hater, but you know what? Haters pay bills too.
This is true.
So you went and recorded this record. What was the name of that record?
That was the first one I ever did. It was oh my God, what was that one? It was oh my God, what was the title of that song? The first song I ever did. What was that song called? No, the one with Ty. Damn, I can't even remember what it was called.
So when you went into the studio, had you already wrote it, or did you go in the studio and freestyle, or what was that process like?
No, we wrote it. The song was called "It's Been So Long," and we wrote it together. Went in there, and after we wrote it, we got into the booth, started the whole process of like, because I had an understanding of how it all worked, but like not the intricacies involved with it, and so. After I got it done, I had to come back and record it again because I didn't like some of my timing and stuff like that. So once I started figuring out little nuances, I finally put the song out. And when I put the song out, it won me the bet. So
you actually released this record?
Yeah, it's the very first song I ever released. It's still on Spotify right now.
With no formal training, no, I'm just writing in the studio. No, one day I want to be like this person. Just a bet.
No, it was literally just a bet.
All right, so you fell in love with the process. So what was next for you?
So after that, it was, I want to make this an entire career. Like I want to do this forever. I want to be the best at this. Cause like, I don't ever start something and say, oh, I'm just doing this for a hobby. Like if I'm doing it to be the best, right? And there's a lot of competition in this business to be the best. And so after that, I just started recording song after song after song. I think we recorded 146 songs or something. And started really gaining my craft. And then that's when I started talking to Forrest over at Average Joe's, and Forrest told me, do me a favor, come back when the music's better. And I said, to hell with you. All right, then I'll be back in a week. I went to Las Vegas and in 72 hours recorded another, 24 songs, came back, played it for him, and he signed me that next day.
Mm.
The man told you, come back when the music's better. You took 72 hours, regrouped, recorded, and came back.
Yep.
What changed about the music from what you presented the first time in those 72 hours?
So I found my pocket a lot better after he was given a little bit of advice on what he was looking for from me. So it kind of gave me an idea of where I needed to be in pocket at. And then I got with some very talented writers that some of them are actually, they like reside in Atlanta. They are absolutely incredible. A guy named Aaron Lamont, we got together out in Las Vegas and just literally sat there one day and just wrote everything we could possibly write. And then we started getting in pocket and just recorded them. And when I came back, they were like, this is what I'm talking about. Here we go. Now let's build from here. And that's what we've been doing.
Okay. Now, what do you consider yourself? Because your songs have a lot of melody, a lot of harmonies, but there's a lot of elements of hip hop too. So what do you consider yourself?
See, that's a tough question because I don't like to define myself into any genre because I believe I can do anything, right? But I believe that when I started doing this, it started ushering in a little bit of a different sound, right?
I get
and then at the same time I started doing it without him even knowing me or knowing that I was doing it. Upchurch started kind of on the same idea, like the same little like train. And so I started paying attention to what he was doing, right? And the sound in that pocket and the kind of like swingy and twangy style was starting to take off a little bit, right? So I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to gel the two things together that I grew up on, and that's country and hip hop. But I don't want to gel country and hip hop together like your normal everyday hip hop style song, right? I want mainstream songs to come out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so what we tried to do was make mainstream sounds with elements that I grew up on.
Okay. That makes sense.
And I think we're starting to get there with it. I mean, this it all started, I think, with Ride For Me. As soon as Ride For Me came out, everybody started kind of feeling the sound. And then as we've been progressing from there, the sound's kind of taken everybody on a journey to where we can define who we are at the end of the day.
That's where we found you, or that was our introduction to you. What was Ride For Me?
Yeah, that one took off and kind of set me up to be able to have conversations like this.
Now, let me tell you something funny. You did a record some years ago with someone I know personally by the name of Willie Hendrix.
Oh, Willie Hen, I love Willie.
How'd that come about? Willie Hen used to do a lot of the open mics I used to host in Atlanta when he had the big old mohawk. How'd that collab come about?
Chase J actually made that happen. And Chase and Willie write together all the time. They've done songs together all the time. And I was writing with Chase and we were doing a couple songs, together. And one day he brings Willie into the studio and we're working on Tennessee Drip. And it was the first day I ever met Willie. And Willie comes in the studio and Chase is like, hey, do me a favor. We need a verse out of you. And he was like, okay, went and freestyled his verse, shook my hand and left. And that's when I realized, oh shit, there's levels to this, right? Like there's levels to this. And for that song to be Willie's #1 song now with all the stuff that he has out, I'm honored to be a part of it because dude's talented as hell.
Yeah, man, Willie. I remember at one point in time he was signed, I think, with Jive. I think it was Jive he had a deal with. I don't remember. But Willie's definitely was, back in the day, was killing the underground scene in the ATL. And then he went on to start writing and doing a lot of stuff. But man, when I noticed that when I was looking through your Spotify, I was like, wow, I didn't know. So
Willie's the man.
Have you had the opportunity to visit Atlanta as an artist?
Yeah, I mean, I've recorded songs there at Astro Studios. I've played a couple shows around there. That was before I signed with Average Joe's, but yeah, I mean, I've been around the Atlanta area a lot.
Okay, that's dope.
I found that my space in Atlanta is Midtown.
Yeah.
I get called cute a lot in Midtown, and I'm talking about for men and women. So y'all go to Midtown. Don't avoid it. It's awesome. They got good tacos.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. So how hard was it to find this pocket for you? Because you are definitely ushering in a sound, and I do get what you mean about, that pocket in church kind of being that pocket. But I think at this point, your pocket is different from the pocket that church is in. Like I've always said when we review your music, if I can hear anybody on crossover radio, it will be yourself.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like when I'm saying church, when I bring church up in that, I'm not saying that like this is what church always did. I'm saying more or less like church gave me the idea because I was listening to how he was kind of gelling sounds, right?
Right.
And so like my side, it was I think we just found the pocket one day. Like it just happened. It just we're in there writing songs and we're doing a bunch of stuff. And then one day I went, that's it. Right. And as soon as I said that's it, we just tried to stay in that lane, but still do the country type songs that I want to do.
Okay. Now, how was this for your wife? And you basically went from arena football to say, you know what, I'm going to do music. Like, what type of adjustment was that for the family life?
I don't know. You want to ask her? Hey, what type of adjustment was it in family life from football to music for you? She said, not really nothing. It's all the same. That's what she said. She said it's all the same. See, she said it. It's all the same. Don't listen to her crazy ass, though. It's not. At the end of the day, the thing that I had to learn about all this that is kind of different than like being a football player is when you're playing football, you cannot be like reached as much as you can as a recording, like as an artist, right? Like you're not going to be able to go onto the field as a normal fan every Sunday and go and touch, your favorite football player, or go have a conversation with Drew Brees or whatever. And then you can tweet at these dudes or, whatever, and may not ever get a comment back because they don't have to. Their job's on a football field. Their job's not in the public space. Right. Even though they're in the public eye, so they could, there's always that chance of getting ridiculed in the public space. But like, I had to learn as an artist, you can be seen, touched, felt, and heard more than as a athlete. And so there's a lot of things that people will say to you that as an athlete, I'll fire back on your ass real quick, right? Well, as a artist, I kind of have to just like play the game all the time.
All right, now I gotta ask. This is all. I'm reading your shirt, and it says Tolliver, president.
Tolliver for president and first lady.
You're running for president or the first lady?
Both.
How can you run for both?
I'm right. Hey, don't define my pronouns, sir.
As he defined his.
I've just been waiting to say that in interviews so bad. Anyway, no. We made these shirts because on one of my lives, we got into like, I was on TikTok Live and we got into like a serious conversation one day, and people were really like, my fans were trying to really understand me, and they were asking me like very political and personal questions, right?
Right.
And I started answering them, and they were all like, oh, we want to see you run for president, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Tolliver for president shirts are coming out. And then we made them, and all the people who said for us to run for president, none of them bought them.
But you and your wife have a very interesting TikTok. What made you choose TikTok as your favorite platform? Because it seems like that's where Austin Tolliver rests.
I don't know. I just enjoyed the video aspect of it, and I enjoy the fact that like people can automatically communicate back and forth. Like that's what I love. If I want to get on live, people will come in, watch, talk, have fun, and you have the ability to be able to make people happy. And I can go and sing songs and do a free concert whenever I want to from my living room.
So have you've actually done a free concert from your living room on TikTok?
Yeah, we did one like 2 days ago? I sang 13 songs in the living room.
What was the response like?
Oh, everybody loves it. They love it when I start singing, especially on live, because a lot of people want to make a show and they may not be able to afford to go, 4 hours away from where they live or whatever. And so they'll be like, hey, are you going to go live? And I'll be like, you know what? I'll do a live concert now, and then we'll go live whenever we're at the show too, so everybody can see it. So like the last show we had when we went live, we had like, I don't know, 1,500 people in there the whole time.
Dope. All right, I'm gonna go back to the music. Let's go back to Average Joe. You coming back after 72 hours with these songs, and they're like, all right, let's do a deal. First of all, what went through your mind?
I mean, as soon as Forrest was the first person in my entire life that ever kind of told me, no, you're not ready. Right. And so whenever it got back to the point that he saw that I was ready, I knew from that point on, I had to be the best that they had. And if I wasn't the best that they had, I need to chase the dude who's better than me as hard as I can, so he knows I'm there, so we can all be better, right? Well, I noticed that Average Joe's is a family. We all support each other up there. Every artist supports every other artist, right? And I've never had a problem with nobody not supporting me up there. And I'll support them always.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, no doubt. So once you started the situation with Average Joe, what was next for you? Was it, let's work on an album, let's create more singles, or did you guys drop something that you already had recorded?
No, yeah, we immediately dropped Tip My Hat as my first single, and I had already had that recorded for my Vegas trip. Then after that, we dropped Yo to Lay You Down. I already had that one done. And then it just started going singles from there. And Forrest had a plan with the marketing department with Andrew. And the plan was kind of to build a foundation and have these little stepping stones of goals to meet to get to the next goal and the next stepping stone. And they built it a lot faster than what everybody expected. And so now it's kind of like, all right, we've got my first album coming out. After the album comes out, I don't ever want to wait on music, so I always have it ready to go.
So is your first album completed?
Yeah, it's coming out April 22nd.
What's the name?
Ride For Me.
Okay, all right. Now, because the first song we ever reviewed by you was Yo to Lay You Down. What was it like recording that song? Because that song to me, I was like, man, this dude here is going to be a daggone star. Now, I like the way you flipped the Yo to Lay and the whole concept behind that. But, like, what was that whole thing like for you? Because to me, that record said commercial success. I felt like that record could be on radio.
Dude, I appreciate it. Yeah, so, like, we recorded that song back in 2019? Was it 2019? Yo to Lay, 2019 in Atlanta. Yeah, we recorded that one back in 2019 or 2020. And, I mean, that song was the beginning of me gelling what I was talking about earlier, what I grew up with, that country elements and the hip hop elements. But I grew up with the sexy version of hip hop, right? Like when Usher was going and doing songs with Luda and going and doing songs with, Nelly did one with Tim McGraw back when I was coming up. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. So Yo to Lay, when I first heard the initial demo of it, I was like, that's it. That's the sound we're looking for. And it led to Ride For Me, which I thought was cool.
Okay, how do you go about picking the songs that you do? Because I'm sure, like, working with writers and producers, how do y'all go about picking, number one, the formula and what you're going to do and what you're going to project when you record?
I care more about the environment and the instrumental before we sit down to start picking a song, like how we're going to do a song, right? So, like, if I'm sitting there and I'm looking at a song, I may have 40 instrumentals, and I'm not going to start working on one with any writer or a team of people or anything until we've all picked what we think is the group we want to go with, right? And then once we narrow that down, now we're not wasting any time. Now it's about telling stories, and the stories may just be whatever I've dealt with for that week, or it may be what I dealt with a year ago that got me to that point of writing that next song, you know? And so it's kind of like a melting pot of shit that we do to make it all come together as one big thing. And I don't know how it always works, but somehow, some way it just ends up working.
Okay. Now, I've never asked this question in a country rap interview. At this point in your career, what has been the most challenging thing for you, especially if you had to give advice to someone else wanting to pursue music?
Realize that you don't know everything, and realize that your team needs to be small and not large.
Well, you just missed half of the rappers.
Well, the problem that I see people don't understand, and I had to learn this the hard way too, but I try to tell people this all the time, is the bigger the circle, the more mouths you have to feed, right?
Right.
The more mouths you have to feed is the more potential for problems. The more potential for problems could be the more potential for downfall on your shit and people leaking all your stuff or hating on your shit whenever that's your boy and you don't want them to hate on it. Like, people just got to learn, keep your circles small and allow yourself to be coachable.